That's how you start a podcast, man.
Let's start again. Can we redo? Let's do 60 episodes, and this is how it starts.
God, no wonder no one watches this. Jesus Christ.
Is it an actual restart? We doing an official restart?
No, screw it. Let's just leave this in.
Because it'll bugger up
We'll do it live.
timestamps.
No, let's just leave it here. It is how it is. They know what we're like by now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 60 of the Choking Hazard podcast, the final episode of 2020. Should be set to go live on Christmas Eve like normal for these final episodes of the year. I'll try to make that happen. And as usual, got all of us are here. The usual co-hosts over there, Sugar-Free Nos.
Wow, I'm here.
RDT down there.
What's up?
God, look at this man's hair. Guys,
Josh
this is not the most
there.
attractive man on this podcast.
Getting ready to play Baby Jesus in the Manger.
And Hammer, our producer, of course, as ever, is here. So, it's been 2 months since the last episode. There's a lot that's happened in the last 2 months. Didn't decide to write any of it down until we started the pre-show, so we might forget things and things might, have passed us by, but don't blame us. We're just, we're putting as much time into this podcast as you guys are.
Oh, that's something I would say.
I know, I channeled my inner Nos there.
Good job. I've taught you well. Roast your viewers constantly. It's like an abusive relationship. It keeps them coming back.
So I'm thinking maybe we should talk about because the reason that we didn't have a podcast last month is the iRacing endurance race event. Maybe we should give a quick little update on that, how that went.
Very quick, because no one's interested. So we gotta.
Well, more people watch the iRacing videos than watch the podcast. So.
Well, the 5 people that are here for the podcast were not there for the iRacing videos. That's what I'm saying. We've got 2 separate audiences here.
That's 2. That's 2 in a row that I've done in quick succession of getting on the podcast. I need to bring it down. I'm normally the positive one about the podcast.
Look, I'm just saying, if all someone knows are the good times, like, how do you know? I mean, how do you appreciate it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta verbally abuse people you care about.
That's why That's why we need evil in the world. Then you wouldn't know what was good. And as mentioned in the chat, that was my birthday as well. But I'm 31 now. Let's not have to worry about that. And it's getting worse. It gets worse after 30. It was such a hullabaloo about 30. I forgot that it actually continues past that, and now I'm 31. Like that crept up. Old ass man.
iRacing event I enjoyed it. How did you think it went, Josh? From your side, as someone who's done many of these endurances, how was it? Pretty average? Was it bad? Was it good?
That was my first 24-hour race ever as well. So
I thought you'd done endurance races on iRacing before with your team and stuff.
Yeah, we'd done like 6-hour stuff. But never 24. It was my second ever 24 race, and the first one was the one that we died before I got in the car.
Okay.
So comparatively, this is pretty good. Yeah,
we made it to the end. That works. Mm-hmm. Nos, I'm disappointed you weren't able to be there though. I missed you.
Yeah, I am too. But it's like nothing worked out. Like my whole setup was not working out. My time was not working out. It was terrible.
We need to get you on iRacing though, so we can do these.
Yeah, I have a subscription, and I can set the wheel. I just needed more time to set the wheel up. And I wanted to do it with the VR headset, but I've come to the conclusion that now is still not the time for VR. Like even I have a pretty decent headset, and I just don't like it. For me, I don't like it. So,
I think I would like the idea of having the headset on. Not having the headset and actually being in the car and looking around and stuff like that, but then having the headset on and all of the setup that's required to do it is the biggest hurdle for me to actually set it up.
Let me tell you, the sweat, brother.
And we do have the Vive and it's all set up in Xerxes' room, but then I'd either have to move everything to her PC to stream from her room, or move the whole setup to this room, and it's too much. So. I'm not. Yeah, I agree. It's not right yet. Josh, you're doing well with the VR though. You got it down.
Yeah, but I'm pretty diehard VR fanatic, so I put up with all the crap you had to put through. But But yeah, no, I like it just from an immersion standpoint. But yeah,
I mean the actual like mechanics of it are great. It's just like I don't know. Maybe I need a better PC, or maybe I need just like the most expensive VR headset you could possibly buy. But like the resolution just isn't great. You know, it's just
streaming it is like infinitely worse as well. It's
Yeah,
especially with one PC like I have.
Yeah, well, I have a 2-stream PC setup, so that wouldn't have been a problem.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I've been enjoying my first foray into iRacing, so it's nice to actually be. Every time I try one of these sim racing games, it's kind of like, but it's just GT Sport, it's just Gran Turismo, it's just Forza or whatever. It's like it's nice to be racing the thing that like the professional drivers would race if they're doing sim racing. And it's like, okay, well, at least I'm at that. I'm racing the right thing, and I feel okay about putting some time into whatever race I'm actually doing. I like the setup that they have as well with the different series and the licenses and the iRating. They've got it down pretty well, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely the best. Like the racing sim itself, like the physics and everything, is really good as well. But the stuff outside of it is like super good as well.
Yeah,
all the like meta stuff. But the real question, Broughy, is the Daytona 24 Hours.
Look,
it's got a date now. It's the 23rd to 24th of January. Okay.
Look, you already it was the last podcast we were talking about it, and you were trying to persuade me to just get on iRacing in the first place for this Zolder endurance event.
Yeah. Now it's even simpler. You're already on it. You know what you're doing. We could use GT3 cars. You've got the Ferrari, so we can either use that, or we can use the new Lamborghini they added, because everyone's loving that right now.
I'm more open to doing that one than I was getting on iRacing in the first place. Yeah, the leap is a lot less, and I did enjoy the endurance race.
Plus, the Daytona road course is an excellent circuit.
Yeah, and doing the Daytona 24, like it's those official events of endurance races that happen before the real life endurance race. Those are the ones that I would enjoy the most, I think, because it's like, you're doing the official virtual version of the full race. Yeah. And I did enjoy it. I did enjoy doing the endurance thing. So, yeah, probably. I mean, it will just be how time goes, because I am getting married in early January. So, as long as I've got enough time, to...
Wait, what?
Wait.
Guys don't know.
Did I not mention that?
No.
I've mentioned it a few times on various streams. Maybe I've not mentioned it on various the podcast. Streams.
Yeah, because we watch your content. Right, come on. This is the only time we have to catch up.
No, 3rd of January. I'm finally getting married. We're just getting it done.
You two have been engaged for a while, right?
Yeah, 3 years now.
Where was the invite?
Where was the invite? Well, we're not allowed to have like more than, I think it's like 9 people there or something, and it's all just super close.
Okay, bro,
perfect excuse. Time to get married.
Yeah.
Sorry, we couldn't invite you, father-in-law, because COVID. Sorry. It's perfect.
I wanted, dude, and I'm like actually in a financial position. I could actually come to your wedding.
I heard that I'm big now.
This is ridiculous. Are you serious? I could actually come to your wedding. I would go get a passport, and I could come to your wedding. And I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, well, we were planning on, like, we were going to get married on, the same date last year, and then we never ended up getting around to it, and we eventually got to the point where we were like, we just want to get married, we want to be married, we don't want the actual marriage and the wedding.
Off a marriage. You're like, wasn't there something
we never got around to it. It conflicted with my stream schedule. Her schedule wasn't working out.
No, we don't like all of the involvement of inviting people and who to invite, and then having to sort out everything. We were kind of like, and that's why it never really happened for last year. And this year we were set on, right, we're just going to do it. We're going to invite maybe, immediate family and just leave it at that. And then COVID has made it so we can only invite immediate family, but that was already in our plans anyway, but we just don't tell anybody else that. And yeah, we're just going to get it done because we want to be married,
What about are you having a bachelor party? Like what? I mean, anything?
No, there's nothing I can do. Everything's closed here. Everything's
closed. What are you trying to actually make your country better? Jesus. Nothing's closed over here, and it's going great.
The best I'll be able to do is go to the strip club on GTA. That's the best.
Oh my god!
Don't ever say that again. I would.
I know.
Oh my god.
Bachelor party of Vanilla Unicorn, yeah. But yeah, that's happening on the 3rd of January. So, and we did have it planned that we were gonna like just take some time for ourselves. We were gonna go to this spa that we like and maybe spend a night there and things like that. But that's all closed at the minute, and it looks like that's not gonna happen. So, yeah, it's not even our very small expectations of what we were gonna do. None of it's going to happen apart from the actual getting married. I'm coming to the vow renewal
or whatever nonsense.
Yeah, well, we haven't ruled out that idea that later on, in a couple of years or a few years or something, we do something a bit more. But yeah, at the minute,
do like your 1 year anniversary, have a party, have like a reception,
something like that. Yeah, at the minute we just want to be, and obviously our honeymoon's going to be in the far future as well, when all of this calms down. But we just want to be married, so we're just getting it done.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah, life. I didn't think I had a life update, but I guess I did.
But more importantly, Daytona 24.
Yeah, more importantly. Okay.
What about you, Nos? Can you do it this time?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would like to, but I don't. I mean, I don't even know what my schedule's going to be like. I don't know. I'm very uncertain right now.
Well, let's lead that into Nos's life update.
Well, I have two life updates that happened to me.
Okay.
I was in a relationship for 6 days, and I'm getting a new job. Yeah, 6 days.
Okay, we 6 saw
days.
this.
That's all I got,
we were mentioning this
days.
In the pre-show. You'd posted on on Discord. Where is it? I'm gonna find it.
I just simply put that my life update
the next
podcast is after 6 days.
The next you first said the next podcast is going to be wild for Nos life updates, and then you posted a few days later. My life update dumped me in 6 days. So.
Yeah, and then RDT with his my life is in shambles, bro. I thought that was a really good. Can you show that through the stream?
The emote, or was it a image?
Oh, yeah, I think it was an emote. It was an emote from another server, and the title of the emote is "My life is in shambles, bro." It made me really happy when I saw that.
Can I show this screen without? I think I can.
Man, it's just us talking about hey, is the 19th gonna work?
There it is. My life is in shambles, bro.
Yeah, I really liked
that. That
was pretty fun. So I guess I can talk about that for a minute. I've been talking about it a lot lately because it was big annoying.
Big annoying.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying. So this girl.
She found out he wasn't.
Yeah, it was a girl. Believe it or not, Chad, I'm not gay. Believe it or not, I'm not gay. I promise you. I promise all of you that I'm not gay. Okay. I am not gay. I do not like men.
She saw all the Miatas and ran.
I'm not gay.
This sounds very defensive.
Because I've been attacked on all fronts by everyone in my life for 24 years.
How many times have you complimented RTT this stream?
Oh, you got such long and luscious hair.
I'm not gay. So,
it's like one of those. I'm gonna tell myself that.
You got your point across.
Exactly what a gay person would say.
Shut up! All right, shut up, Mister Getting Married, Mister. I have someone in my life that loves me like you never will. Shut up. Shut up! All right, you know what? Actually, I don't even know if I want to talk about this anymore. I've been attacked.
No, come on, talk about.
Oh no, come on. Anyway, I worked with her. Shut up with your cackling, all of you. Shut up with your cackling.
But I'm laughing at you.
Oh, yes, you are. Don't even.
Oh, my jaw's aching.
You work with her you were working with her.
I worked with her for about 6 months or so. I've known her for about a year. We've been good friends. The relationship kept going after she left work, which that doesn't really happen often. I really liked her. She was bi. That's great, I guess, but it actually wasn't.
That's fun.
Because she was with me for 6 days and realized that she couldn't be with a man. So that's real nice. Yeah, that was real nice. That's a gross oversimplification.
So you're not gay, but she is.
That was a gross simplification of the situation. But yeah.
No.
Yeah, I turned her full gay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so there's my life. That's my life.
I'm so sorry now. This has
That's
just
how
been
bad
like,
of a man I am.
This has just been so. Like, I feel bad, but at the same time, the way that the way that you've told it.
Funny. Why do you think I'm telling you?
Yeah.
It's funny.
I mean, maybe she was like, "Wow, this is like too much of a man."
Yeah, that's what
Like,
it is.
this
It was the Miatas.
I mean, maybe
It was the Masters.
It kind of worked out
too much.
where. Okay, so the situation was she really liked me, right? I really liked her, and she's always thought she was bi because she found men attractive. Right, but she felt more comfortable with women. She's 24, right? I guess, and she felt more emotionally comfortable with women.
How old are
right?
you again?
I'm 23.
Okay.
Michael Jordan here.
Yeah. So anyway, I asked her, "Hey, like, you want to date? Let's," because I figured she'd just say no. And then she said yes, and I was kind of concerned. And
Shoot, man.
Yeah, I shot my shot, and I hit the target, and the target hit back.
The target moved after the fact.
But she was
6 days later, they overturned the call. They said, sorry.
Well, no, it wasn't like that. It's not like she ghosted me or anything. She was upfront. Like, she was really upfront about kind of all of her emotions and feelings, and like, this is the first like real relationship she'd been with a guy, and I was fully prepared to handle that, and take whatever I got to do slow, and give her whatever she needed to feel, emotionally fulfilled, and
well,
whatever.
That's fair enough. If anything, you've done a public service.
But hey, God bless. But I was ready to do whatever I had to do to make it work. And she really went all in, which is kind of the part that hurt me. She was really, really all about it there for the 6 days. Like, she changed her relationship status on Facebook and stuff like that.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Went hard.
Like, she paraded me around to all her friends. She was so proud to like be with me and to have me, which is something that I've never felt before. And yeah, boom, destroyed. I went to stay the night with her Friday, and then Saturday night she broke up with me over text. So,
over text as well. Ugh.
And we didn't do anything. Like, that was part, like, Friday we didn't do anything. I just went and spent time with her, because I was prepared to take this as slow as is necessary for her to feel comfortable.
Yeah,
because that's what's more important to me. Like it seems like every man in my life I know is just here. They're on this earth for the nut, bro. That's what they're looking for. They live their life for the nut. They chase the nut. The nut is what happens. That's all that matters. It's like, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't.
I'm not
like,
listening.
I'm just saying that, like, that was not my pursuit here. Like,
yeah.
Because I really liked her as a human being.
Pursue that nut, man.
That's a shame.
As much as this is really emotional and lovely, you're not helping your initial allegations of homosexuality.
Yeah, shut up. All right. Shut up. Also, and she was quite butch as well.
Oh no! Why would you say that?
I mean, I just wanted to give you more evidence. I just wanted to give you more corroborating evidence.
I feel so bad. This is like such a hard film. This is too funny. I can't not say this. Okay, well, that sucks, I guess.
you guess.
This has been the best start to a podcast ever.
Yeah, so here we are. I feel like most guys are a lot of the times attracted to women that aren't attracted to them. But it seems as though I'm attracted to women that are not attracted to any men. So it's a really frustrating position to be in.
Yeah, that must be tricky, I suppose. Like it's a shame that you were getting on so well, and it seemed it was good compatibility, and it's not really outside. It's outside of either of your ability to control, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I told her is like you don't get to. This is not something you get to control. You know, like you don't get to choose because I would hope if you did get to choose, you'd choose me, but you don't get to choose. Yeah. That's the thing. And it did, and she said that she had hoped that how much she cared about me and liked me would kind of not override that, but I don't know. She hoped that it would work out a different way.
Yeah,
and it did.
Ended up being a hurdle that she couldn't cross. I think it was too much.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Learn to love you.
That's fair enough.
I mean, at least it happened fairly quickly, right? Because you don't want it to happen like years down the line.
Yeah, no. Well, see, I was looking for somewhere in between. You know, I was looking for like maybe a 1 or 2 months of having someone care about me and spend time with me. You know, that would have been cool. Like 6 months would have been too much, and I would have been too emotionally invested. But like 6 days was kind of not cool.
Yeah.
So like if I could have had some kind of middle ground where I was in a relationship where somebody cared about me for a little while, that would have been like.
But she still cares about you, right? Like are you still like friends, or have you just sort of like just
I can't.
It's too. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I can't be out here doing that. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I think that I'm going through kind of I'm still trying to kind of make that decision whether I want to stay friends with her or not. So
it'll work out. It'll work out for you. You know, you're young, employed, successful. You know, handsome young man.
Yeah, sure.
Just whatever you do. I've discovered that the phrase "you deserve" like actually triggers me now. So don't tell me don't. Don't
say that. You deserve someone.
Yes, every woman in my entire life has told me what I deserve and why that's not them.
Oh, I've gotten that. Yeah, I've definitely gotten that.
Yeah, and I basically interrogated her to the point where she actually told me the real reason, you know, was her and not like because she led with like I feel like you deserve a woman that can be dedicated to you solely and not have these other blah blah blah. I was like. You're not okay with yourself. Don't act like it's because of what I deserve. You know, that just makes me sick. I cannot stand when someone like, how about you let me decide what I deserve? You know, like,
yeah. But I mean, at least you can take like maybe some positive out of it that you experienced something that you liked in terms of being.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could take that as a positive, or the way that I've realized it is that during those 6 days, I actually had kind of a little bit of an emotional breakdown and realized I was truly happy for the first time in my life.
Oh no.
And that everything up until now, I don't think I've been truly happy.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it seems as though the part of my life that's missing from me being happy is something that I'm going to be unable to control, and that someone else doesn't have to give to me, but someone else has to be a willing participant in my happiness, and that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
So would we like to move on to the next topic?
Please.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, RDT, what's your life updates? Do you want to follow that?
Yeah, what do you, and I have another life update as well.
Oh so yeah, you've got you have another life update one. Actually. Yeah,
a better one.
I mean, you know, come on, at least you know what you're looking for now. You can go seek something out.
Literally anyone, yes. I knew that already. Thank you.
Okay.
At 27, I am going to start dating men. I'm giving up on dating men. I'm not gonna like it. I'm just desperate. See, I like that I get to pull all of these jokes on you guys for the first time because I've been making jokes like this for like 4 years. So it's really nice to really nice to have firsthand reaction. So, oh yeah, dude, I could have a boyfriend tomorrow. Look at me. Have you seen me? Have you seen me? Have you heard me? Have you listened to me? I could have a boyfriend tomorrow.
Oh God, this is unreal.
Wow, that was a lot.
That was heavy.
Yeah, that's it. How do you think I feel?
I mean, it was heavy but hilarious. Like that was the tricky part of that. It was difficult.
I feel as though that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. Go on. What is your second life update? Is a little bit like less, heavy.
Oh no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's still developing, so it's not like set completely in stone. But I'm getting a new job.
Nice.
And I would like you to all try to guess what it will be, because I feel like at least someone in the chat can probably guess what it'll be. Like, you guys know my interests, you know the type of personality I have. Come on. Let's guess. Immediately chat.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I was going to say something with cars and
literally immediately the first post was correct. Congratulations, chat.
Schuler said sales, then Fabian Prophet's car salesman, Airpet did car salesman, and then it just a slew of car salesmen.
Yeah.
So you've decided to change careers to be the sleaziest person you could possibly be.
Yes, I feel like I just need a hard swing. It's not sleazy though. So my uncle works for a Honda dealership that's in Birmingham, and boom, just doxed myself. But that's okay. I don't care. Send me some Domino's, please, on my first day.
I'm sure there are plenty of Honda dealerships in Birmingham, Alabama.
There's
100 of them. Yeah. There's 100 of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my uncle is the used car sales manager over there. And he's like pretty high up in the company, and he spent all of Thanksgiving trying to get me to come work for him. And it's I feel like from my current job, something that I've really enjoyed has been customer service. Believe it or not, like it makes me very happy when somebody calls on the phone and is yelling at me, and then I make them apologize by the end of the phone call. Like, and not just apologize for yelling at me, but apologizing for the mistake we made. Like that, it's like there's just some kind of like primal thing inside of me that makes me happy every time I do that. But I got to thinking about it, and I really have nothing to lose, because I'm really, like, I'm making pretty decent money now at Domino's. Like, tips and all together, I'm making about $15 to $18 an hour.
And
really
we've talked about it before, that you're like, whatever you're doing right now is kind of like the maximum you could earn. Even if you got promoted, you would actually earn less because you wouldn't be getting tips from customers and things.
Exactly. And I've got quite a bit of money saved up. I'm on very good terms with my boss at Domino's. I mean, we're really good friends. So it's not like I'm going to do something that's going to close that door to where I could, never come back to that position if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, like, car sales is it's a position where the income is very unpredictable, right? So it's like I'm in a perfect position to take that risk, whereas somebody else maybe wouldn't be, because they have 2 kids and a mortgage and everything
sense.
like that. So if I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take a risk and do a risky position like this, now is the time to do it. When even if it goes completely wrong, I still am okay.
I mean, that's actually 23. That's a very similar position to what I was in. I was at the kart track, and I knew that I could always go back there if I needed to, because I was on good terms with everybody. And then I decided to give the YouTube thing a go properly. And you're in exactly the same sort of thing, where you can take, at that point, you can actually take that risk and you can do something like that. And it's smart to, I think, try it. Why not?
Yeah, when you're this
is really the first thing, like the fact that everyone I've talked to is like, why aren't you already doing that?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. As soon as it got put in the chat, I was like, why?
Immediately just said it. Everyone in chat said it. Like, this is the first thing that because I've had a bunch of different ideas as to, maybe do this or maybe do that, or go do this or go do that. And like, this is the first one that like overwhelmingly everyone in my life has been like, yeah, you'd be really good at that. Because it seems like people inherently trust me for some reason, which I mean, it's probably because I don't lie to people, but
well, yeah, that helps.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, people who just meet me don't know that. People seem to inherently trust me. I seem to be really good at customer service. I seem to be very likable, and I know quite a bit about cars and Honda inventory and just cars in general. Not on a mechanical level, but on a level where I can convey aspects of a vehicle to a customer and tell them, hey, this is going to be reliable because of this and this and this, and this is this features. And
I mean, you've done it on
like
this podcast when I've been talking about my Civic, and then you've talked about various Hondas and other cars in general. Like, you know, it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, why have we never thought about the car salesman for Nos before? Like, that seems such a good match.
Yeah. And it's not as if I'm going into a position where I have no support or anything like that, because my uncle, good old Uncle David, like he's not just gonna like let me drown or something like that. He's gonna, like, he literally just told me, man, come in, do exactly what I tell you to do. You're gonna make a lot of money. And I was like, that sounds like the position for me, brother.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about it and talking to people for multiple weeks, and it's well, since Thanksgiving, and like I said, it's the first thing that I've ever thought of that everyone in my life has overwhelmingly both expected that and agreed and thought that I would be good at it.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
So it's, you know, that's kind of the position I'm in. And they're shorthanded at the dealership apparently, so I'm sure that'll work out in my favor. But the only thing is, it's a big change for me. It's a really big life change. Like, instead of just going to the pizza place in my small town, you know, I'm going to the big city.
Yeah.
You know,
all growing up.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
moving there or just driving?
No, I'll just drive. It's about an hour commute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not it's not any kind of big commute. And honestly, the route there is really easy. Like, some of the interstates in Birmingham are like kind of like stressful to go through, but my drive is going to be pretty easy.
And is it like 5 days a week, Monday to Friday type thing, or weekends?
I think when I was talking to my uncle over Thanksgiving, he said I would have Sunday and Tuesday off. Okay. I believe, and it'd be about 50 hours a week.
Okay, so still, I mean, it's a lot of hours, but I mean, based on what you've already been doing at Domino's, that's probably less hours.
I clocked out yesterday with 42 hours, and I still have to work today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably work a 11-hour shift today, so it'll put me at 53 hours, and then an 8-hour shift tomorrow. I'll probably clock out Sunday with over 60 hours this week.
Yeah.
So I'll have about 20 hours overtime.
Well, yeah, I'm very happy for you, and I hope it goes well. And it does seem like one of those things where it's just like, yeah, that makes so much sense. and good luck with it.
Yeah. Do I sleep at all? Not much. But it'll be really interesting transitioning from now. Like, my schedule's very unpredictable and very it's just very unpredictable. My schedule's different every week, to having a rigid, like, you come in at this time and you leave at this time, and these are your off days no matter what. Like, we're not going to call you in, you know, because the Honda dealership's burning to the ground because we're short staffed. Like, that's not it's not a thing that happens. You know? So it's a very big life change compared to what I'm used to. Like, I'm out of my hometown. I have a set schedule. I get to wear the clothes that I normally wear around, which is nice, instead of wearing the stupid uniform.
I mean, that might be a good thing as well, because you'll be able to actually have some spare time that you have, and you can organize stuff.
Yeah, maybe I could play video games again. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you could practice for a sort of a Daytona 24 hours or something. I've heard they're doing that on iRacing.
No.
Yeah, I'm good luck. I'm happy for you. Hopefully it works out well, and keep giving us updates on the podcast.
Disc, those are a lot of great questions. But I don't know the answer to all those questions yet, because I haven't asked. I'm probably going to ask tomorrow more about like all that stuff. But really, unless they're like just straight up like, yeah, brother, you're doing this work for free, I'm going to take the job regardless. Don't tell them that.
I think they have to pay you a minimum wage at least. And then like, because I looked into doing car sales myself, and I think they have to pay you a minimum wage until you start making money off sales, and then you like pay back what they paid you from your
sales. That's what my cousin Sammy, who's actually David's son, did car sales with him for a while, and he was explaining the pay to me like that. It's like, say you get a check for X amount a month, and then all of your commission you're making builds up to that, and then once you surpass that, you keep everything past that as well as that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, so you're guaranteed a set amount, and then anything more you get.
Yeah, which, I mean, like I said, like, right, the money isn't that important to me right now, because I just kind of want a life change, and if I have to do that at a cost right now, that's okay for me.
It's a work-life balancing, you know. You want to be able to have free time, actually.
Yeah, exactly. But like, if 6 months down the road, you know, I'm doing the math and I'm somehow making significantly less than I was at the pizza place, like, then the job's not for me. You know, I'm not a good enough car salesman, and I just need to go back to the pizza place until I figure out, you know, what other career I want to pursue.
Yeah.
But I'm in a position financially and in life where I can take a loss if I have to find out what I want to do. Or I can take a loss like this. Like, I don't feel like I could take the loss of like, hey, I'm going to go dedicate myself to 8 years of college for a career I might not want, you know?
Yeah.
But I can take the loss of, hey, a couple months of having subpar income, you know,
to figure out if
this is something that I want to do.
Smart.
So,
no L's, man. You don't take L's. You either win or you learn. That's what
I mean...
I'm sure by the end of this you'll be running the place.
Well, I mean, I think that's my uncle's job, but
that doesn't stop you.
When does it likely start? Like, when would be your last pizza
Monday? Monday, my uncle called me before the podcast started and told me to come in on Monday so we can get the application through, so they can process the background check and the like the driver's license check, and at some point I'll have to go take a drug test, which, thank God, I don't smoke weed like everybody else at Domino's.
Get that secondhand.
So, yeah, maybe they all come in smelling like weed.
Do you have like do you have a certain amount of notice that you need to give for Domino's? Like,
I mean, literally any notice is better than what most people give.
Oh, okay.
So most people just don't show up for their next shift and then don't answer my boss's phone calls.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk to him tonight and be like, hey, sorry to break your heart, because my boss and I are pretty close. So it's gonna actually kind of hurt him emotionally, I think, for me to leave. So
again, not really helping your case.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Dude, He's like 40. He's just turned 40. He's like a dad to me. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Daddy.
Okay. All right. You're disgusting. You're actually disgusting. Jesus Christ.
Moving on. No, I hope it works out for you, Nos. I do.
Yeah.
Keep giving us some updates on how it goes.
I will.
So. Life, I guess life updates now move on to RDT. You had some life updates, right?
Yeah, I have a pretty significant life update.
And everybody's having life updates.
Keep the train rolling.
2 months pass and things happen.
I don't know.
I mean, it only took 6 days for one of mine, but
true. Not even a full week. But I don't know how much I can divulge, but I'm going to be in the new year starting the next stage of my career at Spotify. So I'm leaving my current company. My last day is Wednesday, and then in the new year I start a new job. So
cool.
Similar situation. I put in my 2 weeks. I broke it to my manager. She was really upset because we're close. But yeah,
I mean,
going into audio, baby.
Are you still going to be in New York?
I'm still going to be situated in New York. Their office is in 4 World Trade, and I'm currently in 1 World Trade.
Oh, so you're actually going to the same place, really, to work.
Is that higher in the building or lower in the building?
Well, it's a completely different building.
So. Well, like, okay, what is your altitude difference between your offices? Are you moving up or down?
I believe I'm going much higher up.
Heck yeah, dude!
That's all that matters.
And so is my pay. It's going way much higher.
Oh yeah,
so,
excellent.
Oh,
dude, that's
good.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So I mean, I can't go into many details, but yeah,
that's cool. Nice,
and nice.
That's something I can say.
It's really
that's something you and Joe Rogan have in common. You both have exclusivity contracts with Spotify.
My coworker now. I mean, me and Joe, we go way back. So, Buddy and I, we were texting. He was like, "I wonder if your cubicle is gonna be right next to his." He's just like got a. He said like there's a buffalo head in the wall that's like tearing the wall down because it's so heavy.
I mean, it's kind of interesting that like with both of you, you've both spoken about not necessarily being fully happy with the jobs that you have, especially you, RDT, with the job that you had previously. You were having, especially working from home, it's been an absolute nightmare, and they expect you to work so many extra hours. I bet on one hand you're just glad to be out of that environment, maybe.
100%. I mean, I'm working. I'm still, even though I know that I'm leaving. Most people know I'm leaving. I'm working until like 8 o'clock at night. So I'm working 11-hour days online.
I'm assuming your new job will be better for that.
Yeah, I think they have a firm cutoff because they're a much more global company. So it's kind of like when America signs off, they have people in other parts of the world that can, do stuff. So.
Yeah. But it's interesting that like it's very similar, like also that it's happening at the same time. But Nos has sort of found something that it resonates with. We're all thinking, oh, of course, car salesman, why not? And you with like Spotify music, you've done rap, a bit of rapping. You've made the rap battle for me. Like music's always been part of your sort of thing, and. Yeah, it's kind of it's crazy. You're both doing the same thing at the same time. Very similar.
Coming up Millhouse.
Yeah,
that's
good job.
Yeah, it was like I've been interviewing for like a month. It's been.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was great at the same time. It was like really stressful, but really great because I liked everybody and I like everybody there.
And how did it happen? Like, did you find it the job application and apply for it?
So earlier in this year, I was working with someone at Conde, and she left to join this team at Spotify. And now someone from her team is leaving, and she sent me the application. So we're linking back up. We're going to be on the same team again.
Okay.
So, networking, brother. Networking. That's what it's about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, someone asked in the chat, can you say what you'll actually be doing? Is that too much?
It might be a little bit too much. It's basically like it's pretty much what I do now. It's like order compliance, making sure that things are set up to run effectively for ads and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So you're meshing, your interests of music with your skills that you've learned. I'm so happy with everybody today. I'm just apart from Nos's 6 days, obviously, but like beyond that. Good job. So yeah, you're gonna get like our podcast is on Spotify. So if you can like hack into the files and put it up on the.
I don't think anybody would want that.
I don't think so either. We don't even. I don't even think we don't earn any money anywhere from like Spotify or any of the audio versions of the podcast. We actually pay money to have the audio versions of the podcast. So if you're listening, or if you're one of the few people who listens, you pay. We pay for you to listen. And all right, was that your life update?
Yeah, done? Pretty much. I mean, that it's been the greatest moment of my life so far.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a question. You're not allowed to, obviously, you're not going to divulge your information on how much you're going to be earning or something, but can you give us a number of how it is in comparison to the old job, like half as much again or twice as much or something like that?
I mean, I'd be crying if it was twice as much, but it's between 10 and 20 more than what I'm making now. So 20. Well, yeah. I mean, 10 to 20,000. It's
Okay.
in between.
That's big.
Yeah,
that's big.
That's nicely done. Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I had some kind of numbers for what to expect.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I could be just straight doo doo and be making 725, or I could be making like 90,000 a year. I have no idea. Like, so.
All right, good job. So Josh just typed on the document that we have. I literally just got a small life update during this podcast, so everybody's getting a life update. Come on then, Josh, give us a
tiny. My one's tiny.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know about the COVID rules in the UK, where we have like a tiered system.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So there's
tier one. There's like tier one where you only do, you can like. It's about the Christmas stuff. So who can go where, like hotels, restaurants open, stuff like that. Well,
there's tier 1, 2, and 3. Basically, 3 is the maximum at the minute, and everybody's in pretty much tier 3.
Well, big news, bruh. 3 ain't the maximum anymore.
Okay.
And guess who's in 4?
Oh, really?
Guess whose Christmas is cancelled?
Oh no.
God.
Yeah, so my family, we were planning to just have like a Christmas meal at a restaurant, and then that got cancelled because the tier upgraded. So we were like, okay, we'll just have like, a very small gathering in like, our immediate family's place, right? We just got upgraded again, so that's cancelled. So it looks like it's Zoom for Christmas.
Zoom.
So wait, so hold up. So what? Explain this to me. I'm American. I don't get this. I'm just out. Like I'm just out.
So there's a bit. Like, yeah, okay, you go.
Well, you probably know it more than I do, but the limitations on what we're allowed to do because of COVID are different per area of England or United Kingdom or whatever. And there's like a tiered system that goes 1 to 3. I also thought, but apparently there's a 4th one.
The 4th one has just been introduced today. They were talking about introducing.
So
you
were in like the mega COVID hot zone then, like it's basically the division in real life.
I live in Portsmouth, which is the most densely populated island city in the world, or in the UK, or some statistic like that. More than London, right? Like it's screwed here. But it started okay, but I think last podcast I said it was like fine here, but recently it's not anymore.
Before is basically you's fucked.
yeah, basically we're not allowed to do anything. Like in tier 3, you're still allowed to have like a very small meeting between like 2 different households, right? But in tier 4, just no household mixing whatsoever.
So
like 0.
So the American in me has to ask, like, what's stopping you from
what happened?
What's stopping you from what?
Well, I mean, I'm probably not going to get arrested or anything.
You get a fine?
I would imagine so, but like in the case of it would be a case of who knows.
Look at these simple brain foreigners. They're just out here just following the rules.
They hear they got to do something and they do it. I walk into Costco with my mask on my ass. And I say, look where I put it.
Yeah, it's a case of would you ever get caught or would anybody ever know? Like, probably not.
No, probably not. But I still have to like travel around and stuff.
But yeah, isn't it like all of the like southeast and London have been put into tier 4? That's what they were talking about earlier today, because there's a new strain of COVID or something, and it's like as Insomniac says, we have super COVID down here.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
We've been in tier 3 like up here in the north for a while now, ever since the second lockdown, which is like everything's closed. But tier 3 is no real better than that. Like all restaurants and hospitality is closed. You can take out food and you can go shopping, but most things are closed really, apart from essential places and things. But yeah, then all the tier 2 areas, which I think was London and some parts of the south, went up to tier 3, and then they've gone straight up to tier 4. So I don't even know what the rules are for tier 4, but I guess it's even worse. It's just
like nothing. There is nothing. You do nothing.
Can't do anything.
But yeah, the thing is, my mum works with a lot of she works for elderly people. I can't remember exactly what her job description is, but it involves a lot of elderly people. And also, my granddad is quite ill at the moment, and we can only have a certain amount of people visit him. So because he's my dad's dad is one of the people that can go visit him. So he's he has to be in like self-isolation all the time and doing COVID tests and stuff. So I think my parents are going to want to obey the rules. So
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to just sneakily turn up at their house on Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not as much of a positive life update as the previous two.
No, yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like,
well, it's the bookends. You know, you start bad, good, bad. Just you gotta.
Yeah. Yeah.
like
that's
I'm
fair.
not too torn up about it.
Wait, why was mine bad? I'm getting married.
Oh well, I didn't know that was like because you've already disclosed that. So I was going on new information.
No, okay, fair enough.
So it's bad. Yours is bad because it was juxtaposed to mine.
No, okay, fine. So yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I guess we've been in a lucky position, Josh, that we haven't really been too badly affected by this sort of stuff because we can still do our thing.
Yeah,
and obviously you two in the US can, you're American, so you can do what you want anyway.
I mean, I saw a couple people like in chat that may have thought that I was being serious or that we were being serious.
Oh yeah, no, we're not being serious.
No, I stay in my apartment for the most part and get my groceries delivered. I do as much as I can.
I don't. I'm not out here doing that. I have to sling dough, brother. I'm out here slinging dough, making dough. So, I'm a walking coronavirus vector. That's what I'm.
You're a super spreader.
Basically.
All right. So life updates. Is there actually any time to talk about all the rest of the stuff?
I don't know if Hammer has anything to talk about.
Oh yeah, Hammer. Do you have any life?
I got
updates?
A robot vacuum, by the way.
You got a robot vacuum.
I wanted to know about that. Okay, Hammer first though.
Yeah, I can't top a robot vacuum.
No.
No, it's going to be the same for me. I've ignored all of the government's warnings, but not in a bad way. In a good way. I just stay at home now. I don't go out anywhere. So yeah. That's basically it. I'm going to be doing a video call Christmas dinner with my family because I can't get home. So because both myself and my mum are both high risk. So so video call Christmas dinner time.
Yeah, Zoom Christmas. So
yeah, that's about it. No new jobs or anything. I changed my career back in March, so right as lockdown started. So I've just been getting my head down, working on my new job. So
but it's been the thing that you've been able to do it like from home, right? So.
Yeah, I've worked at home for about 5 6 years now.
Oh, okay. So that didn't matter.
Lockdown's been a breeze for me.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's I guess a middling life update. We've had some negative, some very positive, and we've had some middling as well. We get all the life updates on the show. We run the full spectrum.
Run the
now
game.
Tell me about this Hoover.
Yeah.
So. I was a Black Friday deal. I saw there was I think they're called like iRock or something like that. It's not a Roomba.
Is it a Camaro?
No, it's a vacuum, bro.
Well, you said it was an iRock.
Yeah. Wait, what? Is that a thing? iRock Camaro?
Yeah, the iRock Z Camaro. Come on.
I'm not a car guy. You're the salesman, bro. So, I got this robot vacuum, and I basically didn't have one for my apartment before, so it wasn't in the best shape. The carpets and whatnot, but that thing, it surprised me. It picked up a lot of stuff. It just goes back and forth and bumps into stuff, and it looks like a big dumb idiot. But
I mean, I've always questioned the ability and the functionality of those. I always think there's no way that can be as good as just a regular vacuum, but it is.
I mean, it was fine. I mean, I guess it could use a bigger compartment, and I got one of the lower end ones, so it doesn't empty itself. But other than that, I can just sit on the couch, hit a button on my phone, start cleaning up. I'm just playing games, and my apartment's getting clean, baby.
Look, okay,
it's amazing.
Look, this is some boomer energy I'm about to throw on you, but oh my god, that's the laziest thing I've ever heard. Just vacuum your floor, kid. Just get a vacuum. Right. It's like 2 minutes, bro. It's 2 minutes.
Kid,
just
boy.
Oh my god, I could not picture myself having a robot vacuum sitting on my couch and hitting a button and watching it do my work.
And you can set it on a schedule too. You can set it so that if you're at work, you got, I got to vacuum my floors at noon. You can just set it on that, and then whoop, beep, beep, boop,
you come home to a
boop,
wonderfully
boop.
vacuumed and clean floor.
What are y'all out here doing? You got to vacuum your floors every 2 hours. Like, what's going on?
That's the beauty of it. You can just have it vacuum every day if you want, and then you'll always have a clean floor.
I always have a clean floor without vacuuming, pretty much.
I see the appeal, especially like in those moments where there's like between vacuum cleans where it gets a little bit like dirty, and you think, I could do with a vacuum, but not really so much. And but that's just going like every day or every 2 days, and just keeps everything sparkling all the time. But I still feel like surely you would need to do a proper vacuum at some point throughout the house. It can't do it perfectly, shoot.
I mean, that's what my sister does. She like sets it every day, and then once a week she does like a deep clean vacuum. But I don't have time for that. I'm on the move, baby. I'm making deals. I'm
you're working for Spotify in the big city.
Yeah, exactly. I'm working in New York, baby.
World trade. The
fourth best. Yeah, that's gonna be a weird transition. Going to the floor World Trade, the 70th floor, 70 packages, 70 packages.
When I come and visit New York in 17 years when COVID's finally over, can I come to your office?
Yeah, for sure.
Can I do that too?
You have guests.
Why don't we make our road trip that we've been planning from Nos? We take Nos's cars to New York and stay with
That's
RDT.
a drive. That's a big drive.
Yeah, I don't think you want to start in Alabama.
Honda sponsored, yeah. Nos has got an in.
Sponsored. Yeah.
Oh, but Honda doesn't have any cool cars. What, we're just gonna all drive Civic SIs? That's kind of boring.
Well, I have an Accord Sport. I'm a big boy.
That actually reminds me. Is your Accord getting recalled?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I don't know, but I did look at because my mom sent me an article about that, and it's not like engine stuff. I think it's just the computer.
Yeah,
I'll keep an eye out. But
the article that I read said nobody's died yet.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
The first one, famous podcaster RDT33, set to start his new job. Died.
Supposedly, it takes
all Accords from 2018 to 2020. Apparently,
it was like 700,000 of them.
Hybrid and gas.
Oh wow!
See, like let's meet up in real life. Let's do it. Actually, let's do it. After
we do
COVID,
need to do that. Like it has to.
Because I have money now. I have money. Like we all have a little bit of money. So it's all right.
Whoa, many assumptions there, buddy.
Well, I haven't. I'll cover you too, Josh. Look, we'll get it. We'll get it all handled.
I mean, plane tickets are pretty cheap right now. I'm just saying.
Among all of us, we have enough capital to where we can make this happen. That's what I'm saying.
Let's when all of this nonsense calm down, let's make it a actual thing that we will do this at the available opportunity. Once this is all calmed down, we should get together. We'll do a podcast in person and other stuff going on as well. Let's do that. Let's say it here and now on the final podcast of 2020. That's something that we're going to do.
I need a driver's license.
Oh man, I was about to say something dark to A to the J, but
what do you say in the chat?
A to the J asks, is RDT's mom single?
Asking for an A to the J.
and I said yes, and I was gonna give the reason why. But
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that would have been very dark.
I might have to do it anyway. Yeah, where are we going? Where are we going with this?
I was going to say it's 14 hours of a drive to get from Birmingham, Alabama to New York. We can bash that out in 2 days. It would have
to be one of those where we stop a couple times. Like it'd be like a week-long affair.
Yeah, maybe even like 2 days of driving. Stop in a motel.
Yeah.
Get murdered. Do ketamine.
Which, I mean, we could do it. I mean, one of my goals for this year is to have the NA Miata perfect, like by my birthday, which is in April.
Yeah.
So, like, I've still got quite a few things to do with it. So, I mean, my scenario for this would probably be we take my Accord as the support vehicle, And the NA, Brough, I'll put you in my Accord, so you're familiar. It's a Honda,
Yeah.
and then and then we can.
You guys are flying to Alabama and coming up to New York. Is that the plan? Or
heck yeah.
No, you should also fly.
You're
gonna fly down to Birmingham so you can go drive back home again.
That's so stupid.
That makes no sense. No, we would have to make it like a road trip though, like we do other things on the way. Like it couldn't just be we're just going to there just to go to like RDT.
It'd be really awkward. Position. I would have to figure out some way to ship my other car home.
These are all details.
I'd have to get the NA Miata on a trailer and ship it home, I guess. And then
these minor details we can figure out later on.
You're a car salesman. You sell it where we go. Where we get there, you sell it.
And
he's not giving that up. Are you kidding me?
I don't think I could manage that.
Selling his child.
And little details like Josh getting a driver's license or things like that. It can be sorted. Josh can just show the instructor all the iRacing.
You don't need a driver's license.
Yeah, just don't get pulled over.
Exactly.
God.
Look, all my car registrations are up to date, and I am a straight charismatic white man, so I don't get tickets. It's very nice. It's very nice.
Getting pulled over in the middle of the US is not my idea of a good time.
Dude, that would be so cool. We could get pulled over so easy. We could get, dude, that'd be an experience. Have you met state troopers before? They wear funny hats.
I'm rethinking this immediately with Nos on the job. Oh man, we got to do something.
I think that would be fun. I think that would actually be fun.
I think it would be.
I could pick you. And dude, I work right over by the airport. So I just pick you up after work. Go back. We'll go back to my place. Pick up my fleet of vehicles. Drive to New York.
Is there anything fun on the way between Alabama and New York?
I mean, there's like 17 states, brother. Yeah. We can go through Atlanta. We could do something in Atlanta. We go all the way up the coast. We drive up the coast.
Yeah, we could go to one of those famous Atlanta strip clubs. Aren't they famous for those down there?
I don't know, but that's not my party. I'm not looking for strip clubs.
Not helping.
I just don't want to go to a strip club.
I've never been, and I don't plan on ever going. So
and RDT's very straight, so it's fine.
Well, I spaced out there. You're talking about strip clubs.
Yes, yeah.
I would be okay with never going to one again, to be honest.
Again? You've been?
You can't remember? Did I? I thought I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, you did talk about this.
Yeah.
I don't listen.
Were you there? Maybe you weren't there.
Okay, let me go. I'm gonna go to Google Maps and see what.
Yeah, I did that because I don't actually know where Alabama is, but I do know. It's true. As far as I've thought.
We could stop at Washington, D.C., see the nation's capital.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be really cool.
I mean, I've never been in that. I've already, when I've been to the US, I went to Florida when I was 6 for Disney, and I've been to California in 2017 and 2018. So I've never been anywhere else in the US. So, it'd be fun to check out that area, the Northeast.
Could we go watch a NASCAR race or something?
We would have to do something like that, right? We'd have to, organize it so.
Okay. So it looks like okay. There's actually so the route I'm looking. It looks like it goes at 59, and then looks like we'd go through Chattanooga. Chattanooga's pretty cool. And we go through Knoxville in Tennessee. Tennessee's really cool. And then we go up through Kentucky. I'm sure that's really uninteresting. West Virginia. We'll go through a little bit of Maryland. You could go take it south and go down to Washington, D.C. And then we could go through Philly and then make it to New York, it looks like. So
yeah, we go to D.C., see the capital, and go to Philly, the birthplace of the country.
Yeah, we could actually make our own grand tour episode. This would be awesome. Because I know for a fact we could find stuff to do in Chattanooga and Knoxville. Tennessee.
I've been talking about this potential for a podcast road trip for so long now. I'm so excited that like there's movement on it. It's just a little bit of talking about it is making me happy.
Before is because I didn't have any money.
Okay.
So now I have a little bit of money. So, like, I mean, how much could it cost? Like, like I don't know, $4,000. Like,
I think that's high. I think that would be a high estimate.
Well, I mean, that's assuming we stay in hotels multiple times, we do a bunch of things, and a lot of gas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking a trip out west at the end of February to Wyoming to go snowboarding, and it's not even that much. Yeah. I'm going to be going for like a week.
With Nos is talking, it feels like me and Josh are the ones who have to spend the most because we're coming from the UK and also earn the least.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you would get here, like, I would cover like theoretically, I would cover food and fuel and all of that. Like, you just have to get here, basically.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We got to do this. We got to.
Yeah.
Hammer, are you coming? You coming with us?
I don't have a passport and refuse to get one until Scotland joins the EU, so...
Okay. All right, fair enough. So you might spend the rest of your life in Scotland if things don't work out. Yeah, we should make this happen when things calm down.
That's GTA, man. Yeah, we should get a Raggedy Dan to join.
No.
And we'll have to then do it the other way as well, where you two come over to the UK.
Oh, you guys, you can do Birmingham to York, Old York in the UK.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that feels like it would be way more efficient. Dude, could we like rent like little Fiats or something, or like little convertibles and just drive around England? And
yeah, I mean, England is a lot smaller than probably the distance from Alabama to New York.
What kind of car rental services do you have over there?
I don't know. There's many
rental services.
Yeah,
like I want to like rent a Fiat 124 and drive around England.
Fiat 124, you say?
Or anything.
They're just as unreliable here as they are in America.
I mean, look, I'm just saying I want a small European convertible, okay? No, I don't want a Fiat 500. Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah, we maybe we need to start with old Birmingham and old York, and then we can progress to New Birmingham and New York.
You can come up to Scotland and see me too.
Yeah.
I don't have a passport, and I refuse to get one until New Jersey secedes from England.
Amen, brother.
I'm curious now to see.
Well, okay, but so without doxing ourselves too hard, I live in Portsmouth.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about where Hammer is. Or do you just want me to put Scotland? Scotland.
I mean, that's across the entire UK, basically.
Yeah.
England.
And that would take, it took 14 hours to get from Alabama to New York. To go from Portsmouth to Scotland would be 8 hours.
That's a whole country, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole country.
And that's actually a little bit into Scotland. To get actually like to Edinburgh or Glasgow, it would take less, like 7 hours or something.
Yeah, I mean, you can just say Edinburgh. I'll meet you in Edinburgh because it's way nicer than where I live. So.
Okay, so Edinburgh would be 7 hours 30 minutes. So if half the time for the whole country.
There will be.
We could rent MX-5s. Wait, does Tony still have his MX-5 or did he sell it?
No, I don't think he does. He sold it.
Baby.
Yeah.
That's right. Dang, man.
He traded it for his baby.
Who would do that? Baby's resale value is way lower than MX-5s.
We could start in Portsmouth and hit all the spots.
Oh, we could go visit Rainbow in Ireland as well.
We could go through London.
I'd love to go back to Ireland.
Oh no, I'd need my passport.
If I come over there, I want to wear a cowboy hat and cowboy boots everywhere I go. Just draw attention to ourselves.
Be full on American.
Yes.
It won't be good attention, Nos, just a heads up.
What?
It won't be good attention that you draw.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, we definitely will miss out Manchester, Matty. Definitely.
Yeah, we can go up from Portsmouth through London, and then just.
We could stop at Silverstone on the way, do a track day.
I know you want to do the whole Birmingham to York thing, but I'd prefer to miss out Birmingham as well because it's not great.
No, Birmingham, yeah. York is very nice. We should definitely stop at York, but we don't need to do Birmingham.
Newcastle's nice. Newcastle's a nice city.
You can all come stay at my house for one night on our way up.
And save money on hotels.
Yeah, this seems way better, actually.
Maybe this is the thing we do. Oh, but you said do you legit not have a passport, RDT?
For real, I don't have my passport.
I don't have a passport either, but I can get
Details, they can be gotten.
To be fair, the UK is probably going to get rid of COVID a lot quicker than America.
And then ban
and then we'll bring it back to you.
Yeah.
Endless cycle.
Yeah, we'll definitely do something. This is getting more real now. Good. I like this. We haven't talked about any of the games that we were going to talk about, but that's absolutely fine. This was a much better conversation.
Video games.
Yeah, Cyberpunk's been terrible. Last of Us won all the game awards.
Whoa, slow down. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been kind of terrible, but I like it. I've played it a little bit. Slow down. I like it.
I've heard
Cyberpunk?
It got recalled on the original consoles.
Well, yeah, that's because
garbage on the original console.
Yes. Look, I'm playing it on PC on low, and it seems to be all right.
Well, I mean, from all I've heard is that the PC version does have some bugs, but in general, it's not too bad, and it's because they pretty much only focused on the PC version so much to the detriment of all of the other platforms, to the point where they've pulled it from PSN Store and offering refunds because it's that bad on the other platforms.
I'm enjoying my time in Cyberpunk. It's pretty good. I have had one major bug, which I'll tell you all about. I was tasked with killing a character in the game, which is fine. You know, you get tasked with that sometimes, don't you? You have to go and kill NPCs and stuff.
Sometimes you just gotta kill them, man.
Unfortunately, the NPC that I was tasked to go and kill, I had actually beheaded in a previous mission. So
okay, how does that work?
Well, on the previous mission, I was doing my stealthy, and I found a sword. And the door to get into the person's office that I needed to talk to was closed, but I was able to find a way around to another corridor that had another door, and I got in and I just killed him with my sword. And then I got the mission in the next mission saying I had to go and kill him. So I got to the next mission, and he was alive. So presumably, science in the future has cured beheading.
Oh well, that seems like an interesting oversight.
Oh, okay. Well, but it didn't stop your progress or anything like that. I thought that's where that was going.
No. In the next mission, he was a boss though. He had a full boss energy bar and everything. So
interesting that you can kill him in the previous mission.
Yeah, see, from what I thought the direction that was going was literally like I killed him in a previous mission. Now I can't kill him here, and I'm soft locked. That's what I thought that was going.
No.
Say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I mean,
see, I've got to say, I mean, I am a veteran of playing Bethesda games, so like all these visual bugs and everything like that people are complaining about, it's just like I've been here before. Are you guys new? You guys new to games like this?
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't bother me that much as it does other people. It seems.
Yeah, I think the bugs on PC are more charming than anything else. Thankfully, on the older consoles, it's just it's a shit show, and they should recall it.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
It's like running at 10 and 5 FPS in certain moments on original base consoles and things like that. It's just insane.
I haven't dropped below 30 even on my very outdated PC.
Yeah.
So,
for me, I'm gonna play it, but I don't think I'm going to want to stream it. I think it's a game that like I could totally get into. It's my sort of thing, futuristic and all that, but I want to actually give it my full attention. So I'm going to wait a little bit, wait till I get some, a period of time where I can jump into it, maybe wait for some of the bugs to be ironed out and give it a proper go later on.
Yeah. The story is solid and the characters are interesting. So, I mean, the bones of the game are good.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the world is just amazing. Like, there's bits in it where you're driving through and you look up and you're like, holy shit, I'm in Blade Runner. What the fuck? It's great. It really is just amazing.
According to Phil, Xerxes has a great bug. Oh yeah, she told me about this. She's got a bug where every other mirror doesn't show the clothes her character is wearing. So she looks into a mirror and it's completely naked.
Yeah, the first mirror I looked into, I was naked and bald.
I was nude but not bald. My character has a haircut similar to mine and a mustache. I gave him a mustache. He's got a mustache and then kind of a 5 o'clock shadow everywhere else, and it's popping, dude. Like, my character is great. It's very good.
It's such a shame.
My character's got a mullet though, so
there you go.
It's such a shame that they've been so bad on the previous consoles. Like, if they were going to be that bad, they should have just released them. Like,
we kind of knew this, didn't we? We knew this was happening.
Did we? I don't know.
No, they said it was fine.
They lied to Sony saying it was
consoles.
fine.
Like, I don't care what they said. We knew. Like,
I mean, if you're going to release a game on it, though, you would expect it to run.
No, I'm not saying your expectations are not valid. I'm just saying we knew this, right? Like, we knew that this was going to happen. No matter what they said, no matter what was going to happen, we knew that this cutting edge game was not going to run on your base Xbox One. Like, we knew this.
The Digital Foundry videos of the base Xbox One are just amazing. He drives round the corner in a car. His car clips into like a signal box or something, and the game just hangs for over a minute. And then it unhangs, and the car's just destroyed.
Wow. I don't even know why they bothered to try and release it on the old gen.
Yeah,
like,
really.
Just say that it's a PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X game, and leave it at that.
Well, you've got to. We saw the first trailer for this in like 2013.
Yeah, I know, it was like before the actual consoles came out, wasn't it? Like,
has spanned a whole console lifecycle.
Yeah.
So they would have been developing for PS4 and Xbox and PC, but then new consoles came out and new graphics cards came out.
I wonder if they just focused entirely on PC and were developing it solely on PC and thought, okay, we'll sort out the console versions later.
Oh,
and that's what's caused all of the delays.
That's how every game works.
Yeah. Okay.
The actual original development is on PC, and then later on you optimize it and get it to work on consoles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be good eventually.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for like Game of the Year edition.
Yeah,
when it's on sale next Christmas.
I mean,
we know they're good at like fixing loads of crap with their games, because The Witcher 3, the state that came out in, was pretty rough as well. Not as rough as this, but pretty rough.
Yeah, I was just blown. Like, the game gave me such a great first impression. Like, because I picked the Nomad path, so it's like I've got this cool haircut, an excellent mustache, a sweet car, like it's a revolver. It's like, this is all I've ever wanted. The only thing I was disappointed in is I didn't get a cowboy hat from the get-go. I've got to go find my own cowboy hat. But there's so many cowboy hats in the game, bro. There's like white ones, there's brown ones, there's off-white ones, there's dark brown ones, there's black ones. There's so many cowboy hats. And there's so many revolvers and the double barrel shotguns, bro. There are double barrel shotguns in my future game.
Tell you what, there's a lot of as well, which they're having to adjust, is dildos. A lot of dildos in the game.
Hell yeah!
I don't really like that.
A patch to cull out the amount of dildos that there are. To give you an example, I walked out of my flat for the first time, and there was just a dildo in the alley.
Okay.
All the NPCs, loot them, they'll have a dildo on them. So they're actually having to.
They're having to punch out dildos.
They're doing an official dildo cull on the game. So
wow.
Very
yeah.
sex positive
Oh my
game.
God.
I haven't seen that yet.
That's crazy.
Is it? Yeah.
I have.
And
I've
the
seen
cars,
plenty.
bro. The
It's
cars,
ridiculous.
the cars,
The
the
cars
trucks.
are pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
thought the
missing out
cars
a little
looked
bit
cool
now.
from the outset. They don't drive particularly well.
Yeah,
but,
Is the handling not so good?
well, you know how there's advanced handling flags in GTA now?
Yeah.
And it makes things really bouncy. Like that. Very, very bouncy cars.
I mean,
and bikes,
it's like
for some reason.
Yeah, it's objectively like not been great, but it's not been terrible either. It's not like it's not like the vehicle handling's to the point it's like where I don't enjoy this at all.
Yeah.
No,
It works, but it's not great.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a big massive truck that you can get as part of a mission, and the amount of times I've gone over a crest on a hill and just landed on top of another car, but not been able to get off it because the suspension is so fucked up in the game. Like all four wheels are off the ground, the car below isn't moving, and I'm beached on top of the other car, and I can't move. So if you get out of the car car beneath will drive away, and then you can retrieve your truck. It's ridiculous.
Jesus. Oh my God. So I mean, yeah, positives and negatives for Cyberpunk. I suppose it's still, it is at the base of it a great game, but they really handled it poorly on the consoles, unfortunately. Moving on to the Game Awards, we wrote this down just as we were shooting out ideas of things to talk about. Last of Us won most of it. What do we think? Do we think that was worth it?
I don't know enough about Last of Us to make any sort of opinion, but from what I've seen online, people didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I got that impression too. I haven't played it. I didn't really. I wasn't interested in playing it. And Zexy played it, and she said it was okay, but I think nowhere on the level of the first one. I think
Ghost of Tsushima should have swept. That game was immaculate. I loved it so much. It was the best game I played this year.
It won Best Art Direction and Player's Choice. So
see, the players know.
Right?
Yeah.
Players know.
Maybe I should probably try that out. I should also try out Hades. That was a game that was as part of the shortlist for Game of the Year, and I've heard very good things about that. I think you can get it on the Switch. That might be my next Switch game.
I don't classify isometric games as games, so.
That's
I love how everything with you, Hammer, is either you absolutely hate it or it's the best. No in between.
No, just isometric games in general they're a waste of time and effort. We have the technology to make things better, so do it.
I remember when it was like Fall Guys is like, oh, incredible, and then Among Us, you were like, oh, I fucking hate it. Right?
Yeah, that's two examples, but there are many more.
That's two examples.
So that was Game Awards. Let's move on to. Are we going to talk about the new consoles? Apart from, Hammer's the only one who's got any of them. Neither of us are interested in getting any, at least right now. How's your experience been, Hammer, of your PS5? Did you get?
Yeah, it's great, but I've got nothing to play on it. So.
Exactly, that's the reason no one wants it. Yeah. Why buy it?
It's really nice. It's like the interface is amazing, and games running at an adult frame rate of 60 FPS is lovely. And the controller is just amazing. The controller is just, it's crazy.
Is it really
how
good?
much better it is than the DualShock 4.
Were you always okay? Were you a person who preferred the DualShock to the Xbox controller?
Originally I was, but I've been moving more towards Xbox controllers.
And how do you feel about the PS5 controller in comparison to an Xbox controller?
I'd say they're getting up there with the level of quality that the Microsoft controllers have. And because I use both now, I move between PlayStation and Xbox. The stick stuff doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Whichever one is better. I would tend to prefer the Xbox one, but the PlayStation one's fine. So.
Okay. I hate the PlayStation controllers.
You might find this one slightly better because they've sort of moved the sticks, both of the sticks, further up a little bit.
Okay, that might help.
Like they're yeah, it's a bigger pad overall,
right?
But they've sort of like moved all of the controls sort of closer together and further up the pad, sort of thing.
Like more in thumb reach for everything, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What is so satisfying? What is so satisfying about those offset sticks on the Xbox controller? I don't get it.
What like, are you asking me personally, or like?
Yeah, I mean, I could give my opinion too.
I mean, I love it. I just love it so much. It feels so natural to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Yeah, to me, it's like most of the time. The way I always explain it is we're using our thumbs on the buttons and the stick.
Yeah.
And the buttons and the stick are in the most natural positions for your thumbs when you're holding the controller. To have to put your thumb down to access the stick that you're going to be using most often on the PS4, it's not in the most natural position, I think.
Yeah, but the way my hands work, I have to move my thumb up to use the Xbox one. So
yeah, it does depend on hand size
down
as well.
To use the PlayStation one and up to use the Xbox one, so it makes no difference to me where the stick is.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't like. For me, I always find that it's just a nicer like. I always say like how with the Xbox when you're turning left and right in a car, you're actually pushing your thumb left and right, whereas on the PS4 when you're down here, you're going forward and back to turn left and right, which is kind of
if you've got massive Bigfoot thumbs like you do, I don't. I've got tiny wee baby hands. So
I mean, I have tiny wee baby hands too. And,
okay, I can see if you had smaller hands, you'd be like more left and right, I suppose, but. Yeah, for me, holding the PS4 controller,
I would see like if you can put your hands on a DualSense 5, I think you'll understand. It's bigger, but in all the right ways.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I'll find out at some point. I might imagine, but there's no reason to buy one right now. So.
Yeah, the games that I've played, great, really, really, really good. Really enjoyed them. You get a free game with it. That shows you all the stuff the controller can do, which is crazy. Getting used to the adaptive triggers on the pad was interesting. Like you can hear like the pad clicks when like the adaptive triggers come on, so you can hear the triggers locking. The best way that I can describe the adaptive triggers is if you've ever played a pad with a trigger lock. It's like a trigger lock that you can push through.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think I saw something on Instagram of someone like going through the guns in Call of Duty. Yeah. When you pull down on the trigger, it actually like has what do you call it? Resistance. Then they like pull the trigger. That was so sick.
Yeah, it was. I was so impressed when I felt it, and like they can change where it locks and like how hard it locks and stuff. Like when I was playing Spider-Man, my finger was actually getting sore from flipping through the city because there's a little just right at the end of the trigger. There's just like a little thing that you have to pull through to get it to squirt out, so to speak.
It just depends on the developers actually continuing to use it.
Yeah, I've heard
that's because you've not come out yet, Nos.
I've heard people say they have difficulty with the triggers, but it can all be disabled on like console wise.
Oh yeah,
right?
you can. Yeah, it's got 3 settings as well. You can have it at soft, medium, and hard.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Same with the vibrations as well, because it's got feedback. So.
We're children. I swear to God.
Yeah. This is peak Choking Hazard podcast.
we are actual children.
One thing that's quite interesting about the UI as well is that if you go to the game, any game that you own, and scroll down, you can see Twitch streams of people playing it, and you can pin those Twitch streams to your home bar, so you can watch it while you're playing a game. But you can't do it with the Twitch app. So if you open the Twitch app and open a stream that you would normally do, you can't pin that. So hopefully they'll fix that.
Yeah, that seems an oversight.
It's only streams of games that you own that you can pin.
Okay, that's weird.
Which is kind of weird.
Okay,
they'll fix it probably. I would imagine.
So something that I've just thought about right now that's. I'm going to say interesting again, but I keep saying interesting, and I want to stop saying interesting because everything is interesting.
Everything.
Something that's strange is that whenever we used to have a new GTA DLC, we used to always talk about it on this podcast, and it was always the first thing that we talked about. It was always the sort of the main title of the podcast, talking about whatever GTA DLC it was, and then we go into talking about other things. And there's been a DLC that's been released, the biggest ever DLC.
Biggest ever, yeah.
Biggest ever update, they claimed, and we've not even mentioned it.
Because it's trash, bro.
No one cares. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, no one cares.
Broughy, when you stream, I left click on it to check if it's iRacing, and if it isn't and it's GTA, I close it. Right? I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Do you know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate that there's people who are watching me, not for GTA specifically. Yeah.
I mean, you should appreciate me. I don't watch you at all. So.
Oh well, yeah, you're at the top of the list. Then.
I don't even know your name.
Yeah, the
DLC is actually just boring. Like, there's like 3 cars, there's an island, and you can't even explore in a mission. Like, that's it.
It's another
From what
heist.
I understand.
Yeah, I'll be doing
seems
that.
Really boring.
I'll be doing the heist tomorrow, so I'm going to be seeing what it's like tomorrow on the stream. But the first mission of the heist was a pain. But
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
the game is 7 years old.
Yeah,
it's
like every update is the same crap. Right?
Exactly.
They headline it a different way.
Yeah, it's the same story every time. New cars, set all restrictions to curb your fun, and then
I gave up. I gave up with it. What was the first time they added like the drug businesses or whatever?
Was that the bikers?
Bikers. I gave up then because I realized every update's just the same crap. Whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, it's they need to just give us the next game. But there's no intention for them to do that, it seems, because they're going to be releasing GTA Online for next-gen platforms in 2021. So it's going to go on for, like, it's just...
Forever.
It's a real shame that they made such a blunder out of Red Dead Online. Like,
yeah,
they should have just made it like Red Dead 1 online.
Yes, they should have.
Oh yeah, the Vito, of course, the Vito Classic and the Vito. I'm all of you saying you're more interested in me doing iRacing now. Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, the Vitos, they added go-karts to the game for the first time ever. The go-karts in GTA now.
It's so transparent that they're just adding stuff that we've already put on the Project Homecoming server.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, there's so many vehicles.
We have a Dominator Classic. Yeah. They have an Ellie. We have carts. They have carts. It's like it's not even.
Wheel?
Open wheel.
We have an open wheel car. Then they make open wheel cars. They're stealing. It's theft. It's content theft.
It's crazy how many cars end up on Project Homecoming, and I race them on the videos, and they come into random halls, and then a few months later they're in the main game, but just given their own take on it.
Here's the Gauntlet Classic. Here's
the Gauntlet Hellfire.
I've been driving for the past 2 months on Project Homecoming.
People really like this. We can make money off of that.
Yeah. But yeah,
this is why they didn't shut down 5M, so they can just steal it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
do you guys know about the go-karts at the minute in GTA Online? No.
What? No, I haven't touched that game in months.
They added go-karts, right? You can't race them.
Yes.
Okay, this is just modern Rockstar, right? They add a thing and they fuck up one detail about it, which ruins the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, they are not raceable vehicles. You can't add them in races. They're not going to be addable in races. You can't race the go-karts.
What's the fucking point of them then?
I know.
Just get killed by somebody on a flying motorcycle as you drive around.
They cost $1 million. and you can't race them. It cost $1 million for a bit of a metal frame and wheels.
$1 million
like historically the cheapest first step into motorsport, $1 million.
And you can't even do motorsport in it.
$1 million, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
What's that in real world dollars?
That would be like $12 or something, I think.
A car's cheaper on iRacing. Just buy an iRacing. Like,
wait, I guess it's $100 for 8 million. So yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
Cart for the price of an adder.
Oh yeah, it's the same price as the adder. The slowest go-kart costs more than the fastest car in the game on release. Oh yeah, they're more expensive than the Entity.
God, the inflation. The inflation.
To be fair to Rockstar, game economies are hard, as I've talked about before, but they've really fucked it.
Yeah,
so
I
bad.
know. It's insane. Just anything to bleed their customers dry.
GTA podcast.
I used to buy shark cards. Like, not often, but every now and then, especially if I needed it for testing or something.
It's good you kicked the habit.
Like, it was, I think I stopped in like 2016 maybe when I started to get really ridiculous, and it's just gotten worse and worse, and I'm just now never buy one again. It's just insane. And I'd bought $53 million worth of shark cards. The only reason I know that is because I got reset and I got all my shark card money back. Like, they don't take away your shark card money, they just take away everything else. So I'd spent $53 million. I'd bought $53 million worth of shark cards in the first 3 years of the game, and I've bought nothing since. Just on general principle.
Pretty sure early on when you were trying to test all the cars, I gave you like $5 for shark cards.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, my original, I wanted to test all the vehicles fully upgraded, and I actually asked people to donate to be able for me to do it and afford it. And I think people donated like $200 or something, and that covered a few shark cards for me to buy all the cars, upgrade them, and make the testing videos.
Jeez.
And that was back in 2014.
I just gave you a Western bagger. That's it.
Yeah.
So you said, I think I saw you tweet this, that like all the cars that you can own in the game crossed 500 million.
Yeah, it's finally over the $500 million. If you were to fill up every garage slot that you can possibly have with one of every car that you can fit in those garage slots, it's over $500 million now to do that, which is about $6,500 real world dollars.
Wow! So my GTA account probably has a value of well over like $7,000-8,000 in real life.
Yeah. You could. I think GTA accounts. There is a black market on GTA accounts that have like everything that go for certain amounts of money.
That's so stupid. Oh my God.
The thing that was as we've said multiple times over the years, though, is that the problem is they've done it. They've tried to do both at the same time. It's like they've not only added more content, but they've increased the price of that content. It's like leave the prices as they were, and you add more content. You add more stuff to buy. You don't try to do both, because then it becomes impossible. You can't keep up.
Yeah, there's a level that you set a price at where someone looks at it, they're just like, well, I don't even want to play the game to try to earn this. Like,
a lot of people have been like that with the latest. There's a new sports car. It looks like a supercar, but they've put it in the sports class. Potentially looks like it's going to be the new best sports car in the game. And it's $3.5 million, which is the most expensive car in the game, full stop. Not whether it's a supercar sport. It's more expensive than all the open wheelers.
It also costs more than the ex-military submarine that you can buy.
Yeah, the submarine's $2.2 million. You can spend up to $10 million on it, but in this DLC you can buy the submarine for $2.2 million, and there's a sports car for $3.5.
That's absurd. Oh my God.
Hey, can we go ahead and open the phone bank, by the way?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's open the phone bank. Thanks, GTA, for being useless and awful as usual.
Yeah, and I mean, all they had to do was just like add a bunch of cars, and I would have been happy and actually played it. Because I've organized all my garages. I have a spreadsheet. I specifically have free slots in my garages for whatever they were gonna add.
Yeah.
And then they just added nothing. Like there's not a single car in this DLC I want.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother booting up the game.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff, the biggest update, a lot of it was music. To be fair, they decided to bring in a lot of music artists.
Yeah, hey, at a time at which streamers are being live DMCA'd and they can't listen to music anyway, let's add new music.
Holy shit! I just spelled new.
Yeah, good spelling there, RDT.
Oh my god!
Do you know how to spell new?
Anyway, the phone bank is open. If you want to ask us some questions, please ask us some questions. Please, for the love of God. Please, someone participate in this. Do not let us just be lonely and sad. Please, for the love of God, ask us any question. Get in the phone bank on Discord, please. I'm begging you.
The phone bank, the community questions might be the next thing to go. I mean, the word at the end of the word at the end of the podcast is gone because nobody participated in it, or very few. The joke of the week has now gone because nobody's submitting jokes. Community questions could be next.
Please, someone, I'm begging you, please get in the phone bank on Discord.
We're shuttering stores like a dead mall.
Yeah.
What y'all think of Cyberpunk 2007?
Cyberpunk 2007.
I like this Obama character they're adding.
So, I mean, Nos, when do you need to leave?
Now.
I was going to say, like, time's ticking.
but I'm quitting my job, so I'll just be a little late. It'll be all right.
What are they going to do, fire you?
Yeah, they would never fire me anyway.
I was just thinking next up is Racing Corner, but maybe we want to do Speedrun Corner next because you find that more interesting.
That would be great,
you can actually have something that's more interesting before you have to leave. Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right, well, I have a couple things. One of them's kind of about me, and one of them's not. Which one do we want to start with?
The one that's about you, because I was following it on Twitter, and I was curious about what was going on. It seemed like you were finding things or doing new things, and I was interested.
Yeah, so basically, I've been speedrunning Vice City Stories, the PSP prequel to Vice City.
Which is pretty good.
I remember playing it on
it's
PSP.
Actually a really good GTA game that's hampered completely by the console that it's on. If it was on PC, everyone would think it's amazing. But
yeah.
Anyway, I've been speedrunning that for a while. But we accidentally found a new massive skip. Kaspersky, who's like another runner, was doing runs, and he did a glitch to do a mission twice over in itself. It's complicated, don't worry. But he's going fast. He did a thing, and then a pager happened, which is like the little person talks to you about the next mission or whatever. And then he managed to save really quickly after the pager, because when you're on a pager, you can't save. You have to wait for it to end. But he timed it perfectly that when it ended, he ran straight into the save marker. Speedrun things. Because you need to save and quit so the game doesn't crash. Long story. Anyway, he saved. He loaded the game, right? But when he loaded, instead of it being only the next mission was unlocked, it was like he had unlocked 3 different missions that weren't supposed to happen. And he didn't even realize for a little bit until he tried to do the correct speedrun route and then realized the mission he wanted to do wasn't even there.
Oh, wow.
And after people were talking about it in Discord, we were like, "Yo, what the hell's this?" And we were having a look around and stuff. I stayed up quite late testing it with a bunch of other people. Basically, in Vice City Stories, there's 3 acts or chapters, or whatever word you want to use. So it's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. At the end of a chapter, the game takes all the variables, the memory of the this is going to get a little technical. It takes all the variables of the missions that you've completed, how many missions you've completed for this person, and if you've completed them all, and blah blah blah. Takes all of those, resets all the numbers, and then moves you to the next chapter, right? What we had found is that if we do a bunch of technical stuff and then save within 500 milliseconds of a thing ending, and then load that save, we skip this part of the code that resets all the variables. So we go into the next chapter with the game thinking that we've completed a bunch of missions in this new chapter that we haven't.
Oh, wow, okay.
And yeah, what it does is it like unlocks all. You know how GTA story works? You do missions for like a certain person, right? And then at some point you unlock missions for another person, and then it branches a little bit and stuff like that. Basically, the beginning of each branch, the beginning of each person's missions were just always unlocked as soon as we did this. So we could do missions in any order we wanted, which is fast, right? Because we travel around less. But also, if anyone's missions were in Chapter 1, but then also in Chapter 2, so there's a character called Louise, she has missions in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, because the game remembers that we've completed all the Louise missions, we just start Chapter 2 with all of the Louise missions completed.
Okay, wow.
But that was only the small one. That was the small glitch, because there's only like 2 Louise missions in that, and there's only like a few missions in that. The biggest one would be Chapter 3, the last one, because in that, there's 9 Lance missions in Chapter 3, and Lance is in Chapter 2 as well. So if we could skip 9 Lance missions, it'd be a pretty big deal. But for reasons, we couldn't find a way to do it. So we were testing for ages trying to find a way. And the way we came up with is actually really funny. We have to... because we're doing the other thing, we can do the missions in any order in Chapter 2. So whatever mission we do last counts as the last mission of the chapter, right? So we do a mission that isn't supposed to be the last one in Chapter 2. Like, there's a mission in Chapter 2 that takes you to the next island. It's the big set mission. Here, you've unlocked the next island, right? And that ends, and then we just, on an island we haven't unlocked yet. This is not last mission anymore, because we do it in the wrong order.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what we have to do, in order to do the same glitch for Chapter 3 and skip like a ton of stuff, we have to... there's a little padlock icon that you can walk into to like buy a vehicle. But there's a glitch you can do where you regain control in that, and it like keeps the menu there. The problem is the menu. If you press X, you buy the vehicle and teleport to where the vehicle is, and you spend money and it's there. Or if you press circle or triangle, you cancel the menu thing and it just goes away. And playing the video game, and then we have to store this menu basically, and like keep it there. It's invisible. We have to keep it there and do a whole mission. And at the end of the mission, we have to cancel that menu, which gives us control of our character back. And then we have to die in the final cutscene as the mission ends, which teleports us to a hospital. We then take the ambulance and we drive all the way to the save marker and save within 500 milliseconds again.
Jesus Christ.
But the problem is, obviously, we can't press X, circle, or triangle, which makes doing mission a pretty fucking impossible task. But, as we found out, there are... I don't know if you've ever watched that Super Mario video about half an A press or whatever. You know, that meme video? Maybe someone knows it, whatever. Basically, there's actually 2... If I get a controller to demonstrate, there's actually 2 inputs when you press a button. When you first press the button down, right, the button goes down, and the game registers that as an input. But there's another part of this. When you lift up, the game knows the button goes up and registers that as an input, right? Well, the padlock menu only registers the input when you let go of the button. Right?
So you have one press of Y to get into a vehicle, or whatever.
So what we do is we hold circle, and then which is the attacking button, so like shooting and punching and stuff. And we have to hold circle the entire time while doing like X and triangle and stuff. Go through this mission with all this combat, and we're just like, our only hope is to just keep punching the air, because otherwise we run out of ammo. We have to do the whole mission just punching the air and then switching gun to shoot people and then switching back. And then we regain control in the final cutscene, throw a grenade down, just blow everything up and die.
And that gets you straight to Chapter 3.
Yeah, and then, well, we don't skip Chapter 2, but we go to Chapter 3, but we skip 9
a lot of the missions,
9 Lance missions.
Oh, okay.
And it also skips a few other missions that aren't too important. But But the thing is, every single Lance mission was fucking horrible and I hated it.
Oh, okay.
So skipping them all is really good.
So how much time, like, what was the previous, like, world record, and how much time has this saved?
The previous record was like 3 hours and a bit. This saves like over an hour easy.
Wow.
Jeez.
Like over an hour on a already 3 hours game.
Yeah.
Is huge.
That's pretty good.
The previous record was 3:26. I did a run and it took me 3:12, and that only saves like 14 minutes. But that's because it was horrible and I just jammed a run in just to finish one, right? Scalar just recently set a new world record of 3 hours 3 minutes, but his run was also pretty bad. So
it's gonna go to the 2 hour mark and beyond when people get the hang of it.
We'll get to like 2.5 hours definitely.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that must be so much fun though, to be like on the cutting edge of and figuring it all out, like a skip like that, where it saves so much time, and it's like a game changer for that game's speedrun. Like that must be. I could see why you would stay up all night, like figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, people always ask, like, you go into this and you're like, how do people find all this, right? Well, it's like, now you can watch us find a thing. You can watch Kaz accidentally find it, and then you can watch my 2 streams of me just dicking about with it until we figured it out and just trying things. Because, just what I described of the whole padlock buying and holding circle thing, that wasn't where we first went to, right? We were just trying to do other stuff to make it work, so...
That's cool.
It was like... Yeah, it was really fun. A lot of fun just trying to figure stuff out.
I was looking at Nos during that, and he had this smirk on his face, and all I could think about was... if you're going to start speed running, Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and dies.
But it seems like a very accessible speed run. I'm excited. Yes, we're bringing it up. But Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine is the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. It's full of intrigue and dies. It's full of intrigue and suspense.
I mean, the story and the world building is just
it's
head and shoulders above Red Dead. Like even, I mean,
we were talking about this in the pre-show.
Sponge boy, me Bob. You need to get me my ketamine.
If you want to see, if you want to see the speed run, watch the pre-show. It's like 18 seconds for the speed run of that game.
Yeah, it's just it's a terrible meme game, and Critical just nutting over the.
You just stole that man's content, Broughy. How do you feel?
That's okay. Okay. We should probably get these people in the phone bank. I need to be at work in 5 minutes, and I work 15 minutes away. So
okay, then we'll shoehorn in the community questions for Nos, and then we'll come back to the final things.
Yeah, it's only speedrun drama. Nobody cares about that.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of do care. Just
we'll do ladies first on this one.
Okay, sure. Thank you for choosing the Choking Hazard podcast. I'm not gay. What is your question?
Is that your question?
Hi, not gay. I'm Kitty.
Thank you. Finally, someone realizes that I'm not gay.
Okay. A bit of a generic question. But I was just wondering, what games are you looking forward to next year?
I'm really, really looking forward to GTA Online on PS5 and Xbox Series. That's my most anticipated game of the year. I can't wait to do all that all over again.
Honestly, I really don't know what games are coming out.
I actually don't.
The list that I can read to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
wow, you came really prepared. God bless.
I tried. There's Resident Evil Village.
Oh.
Psychonauts 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Ghostwire Tokyo, God of War Ragnarok, Evil Dead the Game, Horizon Forbidden West, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Gran Turismo 7, Back 4 Blood, Far Cry 6, Deathloop, Ruined King, which is a League of Legends thing, which is interesting. I didn't know about that. It Takes Two, Bravely Default 2, and Hitman 3 are the top ones I found.
I will refer you back to my original answer.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's just like video games aren't. I feel like I'm just going to make this depressing.
Kitty, I thought one of them was a tagline to the other, so I thought it was like Gran Turismo 7 Out for Blood. This series is taking a turn.
My most anticipated game of next year is iRacing. There you go.
Yeah,
that's my actual answer.
I did it.
Good answer.
I mean, it sounds like PlayStation is going to have a good year. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, but Gran Turismo could be good, right?
What was that one called? Ghost Noir Tokyo? Was that?
Ghostwire Tokyo.
I wonder what Evil Dead the game's going to be like. Is it like?
Is that the one? Oh wait, Evil Dead. I thought it said Resident Evil Village.
No, that was
that's
both.
two.
Yeah. Yeah, Evil Dead's the one with, yeah, exactly.
With Bruce Campbell?
Yeah.
Is he going to be in it?
He is.
If Bruce Campbell is in the Evil Dead game, then I'm
Bruce
gonna be.
Bruce Campbell's in it. Yeah.
Okay, then that's my.
He narrates
That's
the
my
trailer
answer,
and
yeah.
his character in it. So.
Listen up, primitive screwheads.
I would say God of War Ragnarok, but there's no way that the game's coming out in 2021, even though they say it is. So, yeah.
Shop smart. Shop S smart.
Did we all answer?
I don't know. Harry Potter, I guess. I don't care about any of them.
No.
You're not allowed to like Harry Potter anymore.
I'm really
Yeah, I
looking
know,
forward to
it's
getting
not
Vice City
allowed.
stories under 2 hours. That was a good question.
That was
I
a
just
good
wish we had
question.
better answers.
Yeah.
Our answers are kind of depressing.
The
'cause we
fault
don't
was
really care
mine.
about
That was
video
the-
games anymore because of the constant cycle of life.
Thank you for the question. Was that a bit weird as well, Josh? Like hearing it on Discord and in real life behind you.
Can I just say I was supposed to use my fancy microphone for this, but I forgot. So I used my headset microphone just on instinct. If I had used my fancy microphone, there would have been a horrible echo that whole time. So
Okay.
it's a good thing I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
didn't expect them to just start talking.
Who's next?
Darogin is next. Hey, thank you for choosing the Choking Hazard podcast. I'm serious. I'm not gay. What is your question?
So, why are you gay? Which one?
No, I'm not. I promise. Despite all evidence to the contrary.
Despite the mounting evidence.
the mounting evidence.
Anyway, the real question, which I totally did not steal from Phil, what's on top of everyone's Christmas wish list this year?
Ooh, that's good.
To be able to go outside.
Someone to
again.
love me for who I am.
Oh my god. I was just gonna say socks. Like
Some socks would be nice. I've already gotten socks. My grandmother got me socks, but they weren't the socks I wanted. So now I have to just go buy my own sock because I can't rely on anyone.
oh my god.
Well,
I don't
for
know.
me, it's a. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but I do have one. I had asked Santa Claus to bring me a travel bag for my new snowboard. So,
Okay.
That's a good one.
The thing with me is that I always just buy my own Christmas presents.
Me too. I don't even buy Christmas presents. It's just like if I want something, I go buy it.
I already got a Christmas present this year. It's this camera that you're looking at me through.
ooh,
Can you even see it?
No.
No, wait. Maybe if I do like this.
There we go.
Hey,
There you go. Yeah, that's
Hey,
a ring light and everything.
yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
what are you,
I've got like a proper
Instagram
actual.
thought.
Do you know? I need to show you the box for this ring light. Where is it? Oh no, I don't know if I can. Is this it? Right. This was the advertising for the ring light. Look, that was it. All of the ring lights just all have that advertising. And I'm like, I'm not buying it for this, Amazon.
Be gone, thought.
Josh liked the camera so much he put a ring on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, my lighting in this room's terrible. Like if I turn it off, it's like this, right? So,
Yeah, it's a good addition. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
much better. I really like that.
yeah, and it was actually this podcast where people were complaining about my lighting all the time on my camera.
Yeah.
Made me think maybe I should get one. I also I'm gonna fit a plug in this. I take pictures of my dog every Wednesday.
Walkie
And now I have
Wednesdays.
Walkie
Yeah.
Wednesdays. I've seen Walkie Wednesdays.
Now I have an actual camera for it once I figure out the settings on it.
Is that not going to be a pain to like take off wherever it's located right now and then have to take it outside and then put it back to its spot for like streaming and things?
Yeah, it's a massive pain in the ass, and I have to move the whole thing when I play iRacing because I use a camera now for that.
Okay.
Because I'm sure as you realize as a streamer, having a webcam makes revenue go up, right? Like I actually get donations and stuff during iRacing now because I have a camera. It's absurd.
It's so stupid, is it not? Is that not the stupidest
it's
garbage
actually
you've ever seen?
it's like I'm not even like it's how it works. But
People want
Yeah.
to connect, man. They want to see your beautiful face and your mane.
I feel weird
Like
when I
you-
stream without a
no,
camera
because
now.
because I look like this during it, right? Like,
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I mean, I would have asked for this, but I mean, I bought a new phone myself. So
Gosh, we're all just in the top 1% now. We just go buy stuff if we want it.
And most like technological stuff that I also get excited about is things that I also buy for work related things. So I just buy it, like if I wanted a new console or a new graphics card or something, I wouldn't wait until Christmas and ask for it.
Well, if that's the last question, I've got to abruptly leave now. I'm 2 minutes late to work, so
okay.
And you've still got to get there.
I've got to get going. Thanks for having me for the podcast.
Cheers, Nos.
I'm sorry that I was both equally depressing and very funny. I hope it offset to be an average Nos experience.
We're looking forward to seeing the updates.
Darajin. Thanks.
Yes, thanks for your question. Thanks for your
question. I definitely didn't steal from Phil.
Of course.
Good theft. All right, I'll see you guys later.
See you later, Nos. Bye.
So Josh, I was just thinking, I've got a way to make your stream seem a little bit more human when you're wearing the VR mask. Stick a couple of googly eyes on the front of it.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. I might get some googly eyes.
Here's me thinking I was being original. Damn it.
No, I'm afraid you're not. But yeah, there is space for googly eyes on it, like right here.
Yeah,
big ones.
I think I'm looking. I know I've got my answer. I know what I'm looking forward to most about Christmas, and it's going to be such a boomer answer.
Okay.
My new dressing gown.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Dear.
Robe.
Oh yeah, they don't call it dressing gowns. They call them. Oh no, bathrobes.
Bathrobe.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah. I get this every year because I normally wear dressing gowns at Christmas, and all of the non-UK people get confused because they don't call it that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
He's properly ensconced in his 30s.
Yeah, well, it's actually got me some new slippers as well, but I was complaining about my old slippers so much that she gave me the new ones early, and I was like, yes, this is so good.
Best.
Oh, man.
Fast forward, you're going to be in like your favorite chair with a pipe and a glass of bourbon or something, or Scott, probably. And,
yeah. It won't be long.
Bathrobe with your new slippers and a dog by your feet.
Gil Viper, that's okay because Chloe's still dead. So
poor Gil Viper. That's such an inside joke. I don't know whether even anybody on who's watching the podcast will get it.
That doesn't sound very funny at all.
The very small people who are actually watching the Life is Strange streams.
Oh right.
All right, so do we want to get back to the speedrun corner drama, or do we want to just go straight to racing corner and get this done and dusted?
Okay, I'll do it really quickly. Big Minecraft speedrunner cheats in speedruns for content, gets called out because his luck is like absolutely insane. It's like 1 in 75 trillion. Then he like goes on a Trump tweet rampage complaining about all the moderators and stuff and defending himself. But it's all bullshit, and Dream cheated. There you go.
Okay.
None of his fan base can. The best bit. None of it. The moderators of Minecraft, they put out a massive multi-page mathematical document detailing exactly how he cheated. I'll put it in chat in a second.
The only reason I know about this is because of this thing that Donkey is doing now, where he's
drama Mondays,
terrible videos out.
Yeah, I mean, if you care, Broughy, you could show that on screen. There's like graphs that people can look at. But yeah, they put out this massive mathematical document like saying exactly how it's cheated, but all of his fan base just listen to him and can't read anyway, so it's fine. There you go. That's the drama.
This looks like, oh my god, look at this significant. Oh, holy cow! This is a proper like thesis on how he cheated.
Yep. And they even corrected for bias in his favor, right?
Wow.
This is like the rate at which he got the really important drops in the run is way too high, like beyond the 99.9% percentile. This isn't just him getting lucky, you idiots. This is him cheating. This is impossible.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, well...
What have I got to say to that? Well, fuck me. The devs at Minecraft have got a lot of time on their hands, don't they? Jesus Christ.
That's not the devs. That's just speedrunners.
Oh, is it like
I thought you said it came from the devs.
No. Minecraft speedrun moderators.
Okay. Right.
They have a lot of time. I mean, the problem is now they're getting a ton of harassment, so it's not actually a very funny story. But
what is there to speedrun in Minecraft?
There's an end. You can get to the end. There's a final boss.
Kill the Ender Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, there's a final boss.
Okay.
Let's move on to Racing Corner. There's a lot that's happened in the last 2 months, but I figured we'd just focus on like the main bits that have been, that crazy Bahrain race and Russell in the Mercedes just jumping in and pretty much almost winning the race. That was fun.
Yeah.
We need driver swaps more often.
Do you not have Grosjean's crash on this?
Oh yeah, Grosjean's crash. That was the race
cried.
before. Oh yeah. Did you see that, RDT?
Yeah, I watched that. That was insane.
Did you see it, Hammer?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. How he walked away from that, I have no idea.
Watching it live was really horrible because you just see the start of the... Because how it works is they never show footage until they know the person's okay.
Oh,
so you're just watching the start of a race. All of a sudden, there's a massive fireball at the back, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And they don't show pictures of it for like several minutes, and you're just sat there like, "Oh my god, he's dead. He must be dead."
I thought he was dead. I
yeah.
I was just like glued to the TV.
Impacts and blows up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and it split the car in half. Like it pierces the barrier, splits the car in half. He's wedged in the car in the barrier, and he still gets out in a fireball, and he still gets out. Like, I actually did. Yeah. When it cut to the pictures of him getting out and running away, I cried. I genuinely. I thought he was dead.
Hammer, were you about to say it could have been worse?
No, I was going to say it could have been so easily bloody avoided. It was such a stupid barrier configuration. Imagine having the barriers that close to the track.
I've never really thought about it before.
With no way of stopping the car apart from a shitty barrier.
I think it was there for a reason, but I don't remember.
It was to allow the marshals to get on the track easier, but there's ways to mitigate that.
Yeah.
To help them get the cars off the track. But if the cars are embedded in a bloody wall, they're not getting them off the track anyway.
They're not supposed to go through the barrier.
It is true that the halo saved his life, basically, pretty much. The halo pierced the barrier instead of his head piercing the barrier.
Yeah, there's like visualizations of it on YouTube, like 3D visualizations, and it's like instead of his head colliding with the top two metal bits of the barrier, the halo does instead.
Yeah,
like because maybe him hitting the barrier with his head wouldn't have killed him, but it would have knocked him unconscious, and then he's not getting out of the fireball in 20 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Well, he did get knocked unconscious, didn't he? He was unconscious for like 8 seconds or something. But
I don't think he was he? He did.
Well, at a 53G crash, you would.
I didn't hear that, but
I didn't hear that, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, a miracle.
Yeah, it was a miracle. Yeah, it's a miracle that he's alive. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and then the opposite of a miracle for Russell.
Yeah, and then Hamilton gets COVID. And then Russell goes from the slowest car on the grid to the fastest car on the grid in the Mercedes.
And then fucking owns it.
Owns the race, beats Bottas, is comprehensively winning. Although Bottas was coming back, and then Mercedes to have one of their weekends where they completely botch it and lose the race.
I saw a lot of... do you remember all the times that Mercedes have asked Hamilton to pit and he says, "Nah, thanks"?
Yeah.
Would Hamilton have said "nah, thanks" and then still won the race?
Maybe that's what Hamilton brings to the whole order. He actually makes those decisions that would have led to the win in moments where Mercedes might have botched it.
But you can't blame Russell for that, right? Like he doesn't know any. He's just doing what Bono tells him. He's like living by Bono's word, right? Like,
he had 2 days to prepare for getting in this new car and all these new things.
He didn't even fit in the car.
Yeah, he was in pain.
Way too tall. Yeah. He stuck out. If you've seen they did a comparison between Russell's lap and Bottas's qualifying lap, and Bottas's head peaks that much out of the camera. Russell's up here.
Yeah.
And his feet are too big and his hands are bleeding because he's knocking it on the side of the cockpit and stuff like that. It was
oh my god.
It was insane how he was gonna dominate that race, and then he gets, not only does the pit stop mess up, but he gets a puncture after it,
and almost doesn't get his first points again.
Yeah,
but to me, it just brought more into focus how it's such a shame that we think. I would much more enjoy Formula One if all the drivers were in Formula 2 cars. Like that is something that spoke out to me after that. Just thinking, it's not about the drivers. Like it never has been, but even more so now. Like you can put someone who finishes pretty much last every single weekend, and give him the fast car, and he almost wins the race. He would have won the race, say. And it's like, well, what can all the other drivers on the grid do? And it's just a shame that the cars are so far apart. Hopefully 2022 rules fix, but yeah.
Yeah, it'll work. I don't know if it'll fix, but it'll mix up at least.
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't be too sad for Russell because then Perez went on to win the race. And like I was so much more happy for Perez winning his first race in that Racing Point than I was sad for Russell losing out on like his first win.
He had the longest wait for his first win in F1.
Yeah. Wasn't it like 190 races or something?
Something silly like that, yeah. But he's like waited the longest to win. Other people have done more races and they never won, right? But
yeah.
He's the longest wait for a winner.
And now Perez has been signed to Red Bull in place of Alex Albon for next year. So he's going to be in a front-running car for the whole year. And that's a big shake-up.
Yeah, because Perez lost his seat. He lost his car, his contract, because of Vettel moving there. So we were all like, oh no, Perez is not going to be in F1 anymore. And then Perez wins a race, and then we're all like, oh no, Perez isn't going to be in anymore. And then he gets like, the second fastest car. So it's like, it all worked out in the end.
Yeah. Not for Albon, it didn't, but I mean, maybe he can have a year out, and maybe that's what he needs.
Albon was lucky to get into F1 in the first place, right?
That's true.
He was gonna go to FE
originally. And Perez actually finished 4th in the Drivers' Championship as well.
Yeah,
like, all the drivers, all the different cars, and beats the other Red Bull. It's like, yeah, you got to put him in, and then he finishes 4th in the Drivers' Championship. And he doesn't get a seat for next year.
It looks bad for Red Bull, though, because their massive junior program isn't producing drivers that they want. And they have to get a third-party driver in now.
Yeah. But we'll see how he does. I hope he does well. I feel like he's not going to do that great because the team is so centered around Max. But if he goes in and puts in some decent performances, great. If he gets some more podiums out of it, great. If he gets a win, fantastic. And if he actually, shows Max up a little bit, that would be even better.
Yeah. And Sonoda is in the junior seat as well.
That's true. He did pretty well in Formula 2. I can't believe... do we talk about...
Mazepin.
Mazepin from Formula 2. He's moving up to Formula 1. RDT, do you understand any of this?
Yeah, totally. Mazepin, right? You said? Yeah, he's the guy. He drives around.
He does more than driving. He can do more with his hands than just drive.
Ooh, too bad Nas isn't here for this conversation.
No, should we actually talk about it? Or?
Yeah, we'll add it in. Basically, he posted, was it Instagram stories or Snapchat or something?
Some shit like that.
Posted a video of him groping a lady. On her boobie area, and she batted him away and stuff, and then there was a massive social media outcry for that, because of course there was. I mean, why wouldn't there be? Why would you just
come on, man?
And then he put a fake "I'm sorry you were offended" apology up, and now he's deleted that apology, and there is no apology. And he's becoming an F1 driver next year. And his last race of the F2 series, he drove like a fucking arsehole.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
And then he's a rich Russian pay driver. Like, this is the ultimate trifecta of hate this guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh damn. Yeah. This is like Ivan Drago. This is setting it up for the movie villain.
And then a lot of other stuff came out of how he's acted in the past and stuff. Like he got into punch-ups with other drivers in lower formula and was trying to entice girls to the track to come and meet him and things like that. Like very sleazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like his dad is this rich Russian billionaire who tried to buy the team that is now Racing Point but it was Lance Stroll's dad who bought the team, so that's why Lance Stroll is in Racing Point instead. But then the dad tried to sue and all this kind of stuff because he wanted to buy the team, and now he's got his son into Formula 1 via Haas. So,
and he's Michael Schumacher's son's teammate. This is like gonna be a ridiculous team. Like you've got the golden boy, like can't do any wrong. Oh my god, his second name is Schumacher, and then this guy who's like gonna get away with sexually assaulting a woman and bragging about it on the internet.
Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, look at the other things that people are saying. He tried to out George Russell as being gay.
Yeah, he tried to. Yeah.
How? I mean, even if George Russell is, how is that a bad thing?
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Beatree said that he tried to solicit nudes to get somebody a job.
Oh,
I guess.
Yeah. That was another thing.
Which quid pro quo is not good. This guy sounds like a great asshole.
Yeah.
Can I just say I'm so glad I don't watch F1 anymore. So glad.
Yeah.
This season has been absolutely incredible.
It has been a really good season, to be fair, and it's going to be back to normal shit next season because all of the good tracks that we had for this season that made it so good aren't going to be there anymore. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the season finale was a bore fest as usual as well.
So it's just the tracks. It's just the tracks you're worried about, not the drivers being pricks.
Well, no, I'd rather Mazepin not be there, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how that presents itself next season. I don't think we've ever really had someone quite as divisive. Well, it's not really divisive. Just generally a bit of a dick or a big dick. We've never had someone quite like that in Formula One for a while. Maybe Eddie Irvine was the last one or something. Maybe.
I don't remember. Do people hate Eddie?
Eddie Irvine was more of a cad, a sort of a likable rogue.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
bit of a playboy.
It was never quite like. Yeah, we've
not heard any nasty stories coming out about him. So.
That's true. Yeah, this is the first time we've had someone who's like really got all of the reasons to hate him.
But not heard anything bad coming out about him.
Montoya, I liked Montoya. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that season goes.
I've just realised we're literally ending the podcast with that.
Yeah.
Great.
That's it.
Anyone got any good news to end with?
We're ending the year with that, not just the podcast.
Yeah, that's the end of the year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, let's all hope for a better year next year than what this year's been, shall we?
That's all we can hope for, isn't it? That's all we can hope for. 2021 isn't going to suddenly flip a switch and be fantastic, but we can hope that it's going to have an upward trajectory rather than a downhill trajectory that we've seen in 2020. How about that?
I mean, it's starting out okay for me and us. So,
and
you're getting married. We're starting out on high notes here.
Josh is going into tier 4. Oh, no. Okay.
I mean, VCS is good now, so I guess I'm happy about that.
During the podcast, it was announced that Scotland is now banned from travelling to England and vice versa. So
good for you, Hammer.
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah. I think that's a good move on Scotland's part.
Yeah.
Josh got a new camera and a ring light. Yeah, true.
Yeah, we gotta take everything we can get in this year. All right then. Good. That'll do us for 2020. I'm looking forward to the life updates for Nos and Anti-T. I've got to say, I'm excited for you guys. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to all this being over and we do our road trip.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for this year. Thank you for all watching and following us during this year of podcastery. And we'll see you in 2021. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Do you want to say goodbye, guys?
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye,
2020.
Bye-bye, guys. See you later.